Rise Your Game is a program that is aimed at empowering the young people who are in schools and who have positions of leadership like prefect and monitors. So Raise Your Game is basically to inspire them and to get them to realize that they have been charged with a responsibility, and so they are leaders in their own space. And so for us to be able to enhance the leadership quality in this country, we don't have to wait for the youth to be mature. We may now start to go to where they are in their natural habitat and try to get their leadership skilled, honed, mentored, and encouraged. So that is why Rise Up Your Game is basically one of those programs that is aimed at giving the young people who are in schools, in secondary schools as prefects and monitors, to be able to realize that they are responsible for the schools that they run.
I need you, by the end of this song, you must have greeted at least 7 people. DJ, 1 touch, 2 touch, 20,000. If there's anything that you will remember that I will share with you this morning, I want you to write the following verses, either in your head or somewhere. Philippians 4:13. Philippians 4:13. Exodus 31:3. Jeremiah 29:11. A long time ago, in 1991, my dad, together with my uncle, dropped me at the main entrance of Lenana School. That is in 1991. I joined Lenana School, and by 1994, I was very, very interested in subjects like mathematics. I was very interested, I was curious to know why majority of us kind of get the D's in mathematics. So I was very interested in those subjects. Not because I wanted to be, but I just wanted to understand why we fail mathematics. How many mathematics teachers are here? Why do you teach us logarithms? Has anyone been sent to the shop, akaambiwa endo ambia shopkeeper akupatie change according to logarithms? Iko. So mwalimu mtarevise hiyo story. So hebu niambie, how do you ask a shopkeeper to give you change of milk and bread out of 100 bob according to vectors and logarithms? Please show us. And because you're a prefect, much is expected of you. When a teacher is talking as a prefect, what do? You give them time to speak. And when they speak, even if it doesn't make sense, you don't shout. Because if you do, what do you expect the people you lead to do? Okay? So you are at a position of leadership, and much is expected of you. So allow me to tell you this. Those verses I've given you, when the Bible tells you that your talent will take you before kings, it's true. Whatever you have, whatever you need to succeed, you already have it. I was sharing with Brale here, and I was telling him, as young as you are, God has never told any one of us his or her purpose, but He gives you clues. How is it that you become a prefect in a school of more than 100 people? Why are they not the prefect and why you? Because then God begins to give you a clue of what your life is going to be. So it's a question of taking what is happening around you to begin to know that that is what God is setting for you. I started out being a pianist at Lenana School and playing rugby on this pitch until one day when we were playing here rugby when I was in Form 3, the most unfortunate thing, the headmaster then made sure that Precious Blood came to watch us play rugby. And I can tell you, Precious Blood, I see you girls, how you're doing. Now, those days, my friend, you don't, and the boys understand, you don't want to be tackled in front of girls, do you? Yeah? So when I was playing rugby, I was tackled before the girls from Precious Blood and I stopped playing rugby. But I never stopped singing. I never stopped acting. And that is what has taken me to the position where I am in charge of youth programs in the office of the president. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that those verses I've given you, one of those verses is telling you that I can do all things through Christ who does what? Now imagine you're privileged and you're a prefect and we are telling you that. If we were told that when we were growing up, how much more would we have done today? When you know that you can do all things, there's no limit in terms of what you can do. Those verses I've given you also tell you that you've been given the wisdom, the knowledge, and the spirit in all kinds of crafts. In other words, as you grow up and as you are in school, please don't limit yourself. If you're not a Christian and if you're not practicing Christianity, then read the Bible as a storybook. It will inspire you. Because one of those verses I also given you tells you that He has a plan and God has planned for you, and that plan is to prosper you. And I want to encourage you, by the way, as a prefect, we have put you at a point where you're the next generation of leadership in this country. Much is expected of you. Because the Bible says, who much is given, much is expected. And so because you have a responsibility in that school, we want to encourage you to do 3 things for me. There are 3 gates that I want to encourage you to make use of and be careful about. 3 gates that you have. The first gate is your eye. Safeguard your gate. Safeguard what you see. What you see influences what you become. The second gate that I need you to safeguard is your ear. That's where things enter into your system. As a prefect, safeguard your ear. What you hear translates to what you become. What you see translates to what you become. The third gate that I would want you to watch and be careful about as a prefect is your mouth. What you say affects the people. What you say displays what is in you. So I pray that as you leave here, if you don't remember everything that I've said, please remember that number 1, whatever talent God has given you, exploit it. If it explodes at your 2nd year of high school, at your 3rd year, at your 4th year, go for it.
Raise Your Game is a platform for these young people from high school who are prefects and who have roles of leadership in their schools to mingle, to get together, to network, and to get to see what other schools are doing. At the same time, to get an opportunity to mingle with leaders of repute, people who have made a mark in society, and get an opportunity to be mentored and to be reminded that they have got a responsibility to steer their schools into the positive change that we are all looking forward to. It also gives us an opportunity to impart skills and information of moral values. Because at the end of the day, much of what we experience in schools, it's a decay on moral values. So when we get an opportunity to interact with them, we remind them that they have a responsibility in inculcating good moral values in their schools and encourage the rest of the students to uphold the moral values that we keep talking about.
A wise man once said, if you stop reading, stop leading. Stop it. Because reading informs our mind. Our mind informs our choosing mechanisms. Me, I'm telling you the truth. If all of you were thinking individuals, our world will be different.
Ladies and gentlemen, watoto vijana, put some noise, piga kelele for mtumishi ya mitume.
Umeniita saa? Mimi nimeitwa sana. Mungu akubariki. Hii CBC inaharibu watoto. Uko form 4 ama unatumaya kuingia form 4?